Hi, everybody. I want to talk to you today about a case study that we have on how we use human-centered leadership to really help programs and the pieces of work that we do stick. A large portion of our work is helping people to design and create those awesome, ideal customer experiences. But where we really shine is in how do you take that through from just being a customer experience, but actually implementing that into your business and making this stick. And we see this happen a lot with our different clients that we have. And in particular, a case study that I'm going to share with you today was a larger organization who had engaged with also a larger company to start to think about and embed their a key technological program that we're going to work with. So a large consultant there. They were partnering with us to start to understand their customer experience, their customer design, and how we can bring these things together and look at it in terms of the usability and the working. When we started to go through the process, we realized that there was a bit of a gap. A lot of the people in their organizations didn't really understand how to use design in that end-to-end process. They were focused on the technology and the outcomes and really sort of thinking in a siloed manner in terms of this is what they needed and not even really from their customer's perspective. We need to start thinking about this human-centered leadership and this idea of both leadership and followership at every single level of the organization and who they needed to engage with. How can they start to think end-to-end? To make this program stick and to be successful, we thought about it in two different ways. So one, we did our standard blueprint, etc., mapping out those customer experience, mapping out the capabilities and the needs, and then the processes that were also required. Now, we use that obviously from a requirements perspective, but we also then use that to help to start and generate a conversation, to start to think about it in terms of, well, what are the skills, who are the stakeholders that we need to engage with? What is some of the end-to-end and holistic thinking, again, one being one of those key human-centered leadership capabilities that you need? What's that holistic picture that will start to bring this design together? When we're thinking about it in our own silos and our own mentality, then we start to lose a little bit of that kind of picture of what the customer actually needs and why we're doing this in the long run. This for us was an essential part of making this project successful. We also sat and worked and went through with a lot of the people from that teams to go through each of the individual processes and think about it from that customer experience's point of view. So again, not just designing one component, but designing that true end-to-end service and saying, here's how they engage with the process and here's what servicing might look like. Again, bringing that holistic thinking to the forefront. For us, this is so essential when we're thinking about programs and projects of work. It's not just around the design, that fantastic customer experience. It's not just around the process and the capabilities that you need to make that successful, but we need to start to think about how do we make this program stick through that holistic human-centered thinking as well. So if you've got more questions on this, we'd love to hear and understand it. So shout out and give us a yell.